While people are closely following reports on the outbreak from around the world, some are doing more than just watching. A group of Chinese Americans, for instance, from the Jacksonville Chinese Association decided to donate medical supplies to Wuhan after hearing about the lockdown and managed to do that in just 2 weeks. I'm pleased to be joined by ND Chau, a board member of the association. Mr. Chau, thank you so much for joining us. So what kind of experience has it been for your association during this time to mobilize and to act so quickly?
Yeah, we were watching the news as it developed back in the middle of January. We have people from Wuhan, especially some of those were having friends and family still back in Wuhan, and we were all worried and trying to help. So in January 24th, I called for the board for help, and a lot of the members just jumped right in. I was actually quite, really grateful that everybody joined in, and in just 2 hours, we were able to assemble a action, basically a task force to spread the news and gather all the people in Jacksonville, especially all the Chinese community. We were able to assemble a team over the weekend and trying to go out and buy as many medical supplies as we can.
What have been some of the biggest?
It wasn't an easy task.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you what has been, let's say, the biggest obstacle, and how did you overcome?
We were trying to ship as many supplies as possible to Wuhan, as we were worried that the situation might get worse quickly. We saw all the news, especially a lot of the hospital was calling for help, saying that they are going to be out of medical supplies, especially the mask. Especially they asked for the N95, and we send all the people. We actually have all the members go out personally, go out to every single shop in the city to trying to find all those N95 masks. It is not an easy task to gather that many items at such a short period of time. And the logistics is also, while we are trying to do it the first time, so trying to manage the logistics over the weekend and trying to arrange for the shipping and clearing the custom. And even simple things like just getting in touch with the hospital. We have to spend many hours navigating that.
Yeah, I understand all the donations arrived at the People's Hospital of Wuhan University, which is within 2 weeks. So 2 days before the Lantern Festival, correct me if I'm wrong. So mission accomplished in less than 2 weeks.
Yes.
How did you make sure that the supplies were able to go to the right place to reach the right people as soon as possible? Because we understand there has been a lot of confusion. A lot of things were flying into Wuhan, but they were unable to distribute these resources to the people that they're designated to, or to the people in need the most.
Yeah, that's also our worries too. We saw the news that a lot of the donation was getting delayed because of the local logistic, and because of it's just happened to be one of those times during the Chinese New Year that nobody's working. And we were trying to get in touch, especially directly with the hospital, and we also trying to arrange for the shipping and trying to avoid going through the regular logistic or the postal office or the regular shipping. And we have volunteer actually drove direct from Jacksonville over a 1,200 miles going from Jacksonville to Atlanta and back in 15 hours, just to make sure that all the items were hand delivered, getting onto the plane that is departing Atlanta to Wuhan. And that is, it was quite a venture for us and for all the volunteers. And the whole community all chimed in to help, and very happy to see that, and really grateful they arrived in time to help the people in Wuhan.
Finally, we've seen reports that overseas Chinese communities are sometimes freaking out more than the other communities Is it true? Is that how it is in Florida where you are living?
Yes, yeah, it's very true. We actually, even on our board, we, like I mentioned, we still have friends and family back in China, and 2 of our board members actually was originally from Wuhan. So we were really feel for the people in Wuhan, especially those medical workers working at the front line. We have a lot of Chinese here locally actually work in the medical field. So we all feel for the people there. And the fact that all the frontline workers are trying to jump right in, sacrificing their time and get away from not trying to go away at this moment, critical moment, we were all very touched. And everyone in this community were all trying to help.
That's great. Thank you so much, Andy Chau, board member of Jacksonville Chinese Association in Florida, the U.S.